But I do want to clear one thing up too, also, that sometimes there have been times when you have not texted me back, when you have been mad at me.
Just a few moments ago, Kat Timpf stunned fans and colleagues with a massive, unexpected announcement, and it's not the kind of news anyone wanted to hear. Known for her sharp wit and fearless commentary, Timpf appeared visibly emotional as she shared details that left viewers shocked and concerned. Speculation is already swirling, with insiders hinting this could change everything about her future on screen. But what exactly did she reveal? And why is this moment being called one of the most dramatic turning points in her entire career? You'll want to see this. The sudden silence that left everyone wondering. Kat Timpf is known for her sharp wit, fearless attitude, and often hilarious bluntness on Fox News' Gutfeld. She's never been one to avoid difficult or controversial subjects. Whether she's cutting through political hypocrisy, questioning social norms, or delivering jokes that leave her co-hosts stunned, Kat always speaks her mind with confidence and honesty. But behind that bold and quick-witted public image lies a woman who, until very recently, was quietly carrying a heavy and painful secret. For those who follow Kat closely, the signs were there, even if they didn't immediately realize what was happening. Kat is usually very active on social media, frequently engaging with her fans through witty remarks, thoughtful reflections, or sharing quirky moments from her daily life. She's known for her transparency and openness, always willing to give followers a glimpse behind the scenes. But then, out of nowhere, Kat went completely silent. No tweets, no videos, no Instagram stories. Something she rarely does. Her sudden disappearance shocked her community. Fans and followers immediately sensed that something was wrong. The silence felt loud and worrying. Rumors and whispers began to spread quickly. People close to Kat hinted that something deeply personal and private was unfolding behind the scenes. Her fans grew more anxious, wondering what could have caused such a sudden break from her usual, lively online presence. The questions swirled, but no answers came. Until just a few days ago, Kat finally decided to break her silence in a powerful and emotional public statement. In her own heartfelt words, she revealed the heartbreaking news that her beloved father, Daniel Timpf, had recently passed away. He had been fighting a private health battle that he chose to keep hidden from the public eye. This was a struggle that Kat and her family had faced quietly, away from the spotlight, until now. Her announcement stunned many, but it also gave her fans a chance to understand the deep pain she had been carrying. Kat's father wasn't just a parent. He was her mentor, her biggest supporter, and the man who helped shape her fearless outlook on life. His passing was a loss that shook her to her core. Through her announcement, Kat showed a side rarely seen on television or social media. A woman dealing with immense grief, trying to find strength while sharing her truth with the world. It was a moment of vulnerability that made her more relatable to millions who had admired her courage and honesty. For those who follow Kat, this revelation was a reminder that even the strongest, most outspoken people can be quietly enduring struggles that no one else sees. As Kat begins to process this loss publicly, her fans are rallying around her with support and sympathy. Her silence has ended, but the journey ahead is still filled with challenges. Behind Kat's sharp wit lies deep sorrow, yet also a hopeful path toward healing. This new chapter is undeniably heartbreaking, but what truly defined the bond between Kat and her father? Now, let's uncover the remarkable story that shaped her strength and spirit. The heartbreaking revelation. The sorrow in Kat Timpf's words was deeply moving and impossible to ignore. In a heartfelt message to her fans, she shared, "He taught me everything I know about strength, independence, and standing up for what you believe in. I don't know who I am without him." Those simple yet powerful lines revealed the immense depth of her grief and the extraordinary bond she had with her father. Daniel Timpf was far more than just her dad. He was her guide, her closest friend, her biggest supporter, and the person who shaped the fearless, outspoken woman the world has come to know. Kat has never hidden the importance of her father in shaping who she is today. In countless interviews and deeply personal essays, she often reflected on the lessons Daniel taught her and the unbreakable connection they shared. He was the steady force behind her independence, the one who always encouraged her to ask questions and explore the world with curiosity. More than that, he instilled in her the courage to speak honestly and boldly, no matter the consequences. Her sharp wit and fearless humor, which fans adore, are a clear reflection of Daniel's values. People who knew him described Daniel as a man of integrity, toughness, and kindness, qualities he passed on to his daughter and that continue to define her. When Kat shared the heartbreaking news about her father's passing, the response was immediate and overwhelming. Messages of sympathy and love poured in from all corners of the globe. People from different backgrounds and walks of life expressed their condolences, sharing how Kat's honesty, humor, and openness had helped them navigate their challenges. Her ability to be vulnerable in the public eye touched many, inspiring them to face their struggles with courage and grace. But the support didn't just come from everyday fans. Celebrities, journalists, and political commentators also joined in the outpouring of love. Many shared personal stories about how Daniel Timpf's influence on Kat had made a difference in their own lives. Even though Daniel lived a mostly private life, his impact reached far beyond the family circle, thanks to the remarkable woman he helped raise. Through Kat, his legacy continues to inspire countless others, proving that a father's influence can ripple across the world in powerful, unexpected ways. Amid her loss, Kat's openness about her pain and her father's profound role has created a space for shared healing. It reminds us all that behind the public persona lies a deeply human story of love, strength, and loss. And while her father may no longer be with her in person, the values he instilled and the love they shared live on vividly in Kat's life and work. This moving tribute not only honors Daniel Timpf, but also highlights the lasting power of a father's love and the courage it takes to carry that love forward in the face of sorrow. Kat's heartfelt tribute shines a light on her father's lasting influence. But was this the only challenge she's faced? Now, let's delve into how Kat's raw, unfiltered grief reveals the true strength and vulnerability that her fans have witnessed throughout her journey. Behind the laughs. For those who have followed Kat Timpf's journey for years, this story is far more than just another headline about loss. It's deeply personal. Fans have shared in her laughter, her tears, and witnessed her growth through the ups and downs of her life and career. This recent tragedy struck a chord because it felt close to home, as if they were losing someone they knew themselves. Unlike many celebrities who hide their grief behind polished statements and carefully managed public appearances, Kat chose a different path. She did not put on a brave face or sugarcoat the pain. Instead, she openly showed her emotions, revealing the raw truth of her heartbreak. This honest vulnerability is exactly what makes so many people admire and connect with her on a profound level. Kat Timpf is no stranger to hardship. She has faced more than her fair share of painful experiences, and each has left a mark on her. In 2017, she was suddenly and violently attacked at a political event, an incident that caused not only physical injuries, but also emotional trauma. Despite this terrifying moment, Kat did not let it break her spirit. She also underwent spinal surgery and has been open about her ongoing struggles with health issues, challenges she faces with a mix of resilience and humor. Throughout all these trials, her sharp wit and ability to find light, even in the darkest moments, have been a defining part of who she is. However, the loss of her father has affected her in a way nothing else has. Regular viewers of Gutfeld noticed the difference immediately when she returned to the show after his passing. While her signature sharpness and quick humor were still there was a quiet sadness beneath the surface. Her energy was more subdued, and her co-hosts, especially Greg Gutfeld, clearly sensed the change. Though they did not dwell on the tragedy on air, subtle gestures of support, like a comforting hand on her shoulder, a respectful moment of silence, or simply giving her the space to express herself when she was ready, showed how deeply they cared. This emotional weight wasn't just visible in her actions, but in her eyes. Those paying close attention could see the heaviness behind the jokes and commentary, the kind of heaviness that comes from losing someone who is more than just family. Her father was her entire foundation, the steady force that shaped her life and gave her strength. Losing such a central figure leaves an emptiness that can't easily be filled. And Kat's expression told that story wordlessly. In many ways, Kat's willingness to show her grief openly makes her stand out in an industry where vulnerability is often hidden. She reminds her audience that even the strongest, most outspoken people carry deep pain. Her courage to be herself in the face of such loss is inspiring, offering comfort to others who might be going through similar struggles. Kat's journey through grief stands as a powerful testament to her resilience and a moving reminder of our shared humanity. But how does she navigate these difficult moments? Now let's uncover how Kat Timpf's bold humor became her unbreakable shield against both grief and judgment. Laughing through the tears. When Kat Timpf faced the devastating loss of her mother, she didn't respond in the way many people might expect. Instead of sinking into silence or wrapping herself in sorrow, Kat chose a path that surprised many. She turned to humor. Kat is well known for her sharp wit and fearless attitude, especially when it comes to talking about difficult or taboo subjects. So, using humor to cope with her grief was very much in line with who she is, but it wasn't without controversy. During an appearance on the Sage Steele show, Kat opened up about her first Mother's Day without her mom. She explained how she stayed away from social media that day to avoid facing the raw and painful emotions head-on. It was a moment she needed to experience quietly and privately. But when the next Mother's Day came around, Kat chose a very different approach. Rather than giving into sadness, she posted a darkly humorous message on Instagram that read, "My mom's dead, gonna do some laundry." The bluntness of her post shocked a lot of people. Many were uncomfortable or even upset, feeling that joking about such a serious loss was inappropriate. However, for Kat, this wasn't just a joke. It was a way of coping with her pain. It was also a tribute to her mother's own sense of humor and the unique bond they shared. Kat explained that making light of her loss felt natural because her mom would have found it funny too. To Kat, humor isn't about disrespecting the memory of someone who's passed away. Instead, it's a lifeline, a way to keep moving forward, even when the darkness feels overwhelming. Humor helps her hold on to the happy memories and the light that still exists amid the sadness. Kat also spoke out against those who criticized her way of dealing with grief. She said it was wrong for anyone to judge how someone else handles such a personal and painful experience. True compassion, she said, means supporting people in whatever way they need to heal, not policing or attacking their coping mechanisms. This perspective is powerful because it reminds us all that grief is deeply personal, and there's no right or wrong way to experience it. By facing such a heartbreaking tragedy with boldness and humor, Kat showed a side of herself that is both strong and authentic. Her approach is a reminder that grief doesn't come in one single form. Sometimes strength means crying openly, and other times it means laughing through the tears. For her fans, who have followed her journey for years, this candidness adds a new and even more human layer to the huge announcement she made. It shows that while loss has deeply affected Kat, it hasn't broken her spirit. Kat's fearless humor in the face of grief challenges what we think strength looks like. So, what can we learn from her journey? Now let's explore how Kat Timpf is turning her loss into a powerful movement supporting silent caregivers who often go unnoticed. From heartbreak to hope. Still holding on to the strength that has defined her throughout life's toughest moments, Kat Timpf has found a way to turn her deep sorrow into something meaningful and impactful. In a heartfelt follow-up to her emotional announcement, she revealed plans to launch a new charity project dedicated to honoring the memory of her beloved father. This initiative is designed to offer support to caregivers who look after elderly parents, individuals like those in Kat's own family, who quietly bear immense responsibility without much recognition or help. Kat explained, "My dad spent his entire life giving to others, helping where he could. I want to carry on that legacy in his honor. Though this project is still in its early days, it has already started to attract attention. Supporters from all corners, ranging from devoted fans to well-known public figures, have stepped forward, pledging donations and volunteering their time to contribute. What began as a personal tribute has quickly blossomed into a larger movement, fueled by kindness, empathy, and a collective desire to make a real difference in people's lives. Choosing to transform her grief into positive action speaks volumes about Kat's character and who she truly is beneath the public spotlight. She isn't just a sharp-tongued commentator or a comedian who makes audiences laugh. She is someone with deep compassion and an unyielding spirit. She is a fighter, a voice for truth, and above all, a human being with a soul that feels deeply, navigating the unpredictable journey of life while millions watch. The charity project focuses on caregivers because Kat knows firsthand how challenging and isolating their role can be. These caregivers are the silent heroes, often sacrificing their own well-being to care for elderly loved ones, juggling countless responsibilities without much support or acknowledgement. Through this initiative, Kat hopes to shine a light on their struggles and provide tangible help, whether through resources, community support, or financial assistance. Kat's decision to honor her father in this way is a testament to the lessons he imparted throughout her life. He taught her the importance of giving, kindness, and standing up for what matters. Now, by creating a space that uplifts those who give so much of themselves, she is making sure his spirit continues to touch others long after he's gone. The early success of the project is promising. The growing community of supporters reflects how much this cause resonates with people. It shows that when pain is channeled into purpose, it can inspire hope and bring people together for a common good. For Kat Timpf, this is more than a charity. It's a mission born from love, loss, and the unbreakable bond she shared with her father. It's her way of making sure that even in the face of profound grief, something beautiful and lasting can emerge. Kat proves that true strength isn't just in humor or bold words, but in turning heartbreak into purpose. How does she heal after deep loss? Let's explore how her courageous return redefines the true meaning of strength and vulnerability. From heartbreak to healing. Kat Timpf's return to the public eye has been slow and careful, and understandably so. Grief doesn't follow a schedule, and healing takes time. But with every day that passes, Kat reminds us all that it's perfectly okay to be both strong and vulnerable at once. Her fans don't expect her to bounce back overnight. Instead, many have expressed how much they appreciate her honesty and openness, saying it's comforting to see someone they look up to admit when life is hard, instead of pretending everything is perfect. This openness is at the core of why so many people connect with Kat. In a world where so many public figures show only polished, perfect images, carefully scripted and rehearsed, Kat stands out because she's real. She isn't afraid to share her true feelings. She shows her pain without hiding it, and even when she's hurting, she still tries to bring a smile or a laugh to those around her. That mix of raw emotion and humor is what makes her unforgettable and deeply human. As news of her father's death spreads through the media and among her fans, one thing is clear: Kat is different now, but not in a way that dims her bright spirit or silences her voice. Instead, this loss has added a new layer of depth and empathy to everything she says. Her sharp opinions and bold commentary will definitely come back, but they will now carry the wisdom and sensitivity that only comes from true heartbreak. Right now, Kat is taking things slowly. She's returning to her work little by little, reconnecting with her fans and gradually stepping back into the spotlight. But she's doing all of this with the quiet courage of someone who's been through a tough fire and emerged stronger. Though with a few scars, this new chapter of her life will still have plenty of laughter and bold ideas, but it will also include moments of calm reflection, heartfelt tributes to her father, and passionate support for causes she cares deeply about. Kat is stepping back into the public eye, but she's doing it on her own terms, just like she always has. And in doing so, she continues to inspire many others to find the courage to face their own struggles and keep moving forward. The announcement Kat made wasn't the kind of breaking news her fans expected. It wasn't about politics or controversy. It was about something much more personal: love, loss, and the long road to healing. And sometimes, that kind of story is the most important one of all. So to Kat, we want to say thank you. Thank you for reminding us that strength isn't always loud or fierce. Sometimes, strength is quiet. It's a soft whisper that says, "I'm still here." And to those who are grieving their own losses, Kat's story offers hope. Even in the darkest moments, there is a way forward. Step by step, with a little laughter and acts of kindness, healing is possible. But what do you think about Kat Timpf's huge announcement? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.